Alright, let's look at the homework 3.1, problem number 9. Right, so we want to find the absolute max and the absolute minimum value of this given function. Right, so let's do that. Alright, first we have to find the derivative, so f prime of t. So let's find that. Alright, so we have that, and first I don't like the way it looks for now, so I'm gonna rewrite it as t times and a quantity 4 minus t squared raised to the 1/2 power. Right, so it seems like we have two things multiplied together, so we're going to apply the product rule. So these are two things. Right, so f prime of t is equal to, right, derivative of t is 1 and times the second, so 4 minus t squared raised to the 1/2 power plus t times derivative of the second would be put 1/2 in front and keep the inside function as it is and subtract 1 from the power and then multiply by derivative inside, so chain rule, so it's negative 2t. Right, then we can clean up a little bit, so you have there's 2 on the bottom and the 2 on top. We can cancel that, so this is going to look like this. So let's go back to square root. So you have a square root of 4 minus t squared, right, and this guy is going to be a minus, right, so there's going to be t squared on top, so t squared, let's circle those. So we have, I took care of this, I mean of course we took care of the first term and we took care of that, and we took care of the negative sign, and what's left is over, so negative power tells you that the 4 minus t squared sits on the bottom. Then you have a 1/2 power, which is equivalent to square root. Right, so that would take care of this guy. So that's everyone. Right, oh actually, let's see, we took care of that. All right, then the next step would be put them together. So this is going to be, take the common denominator, 4 minus t squared, right? Then, so we have to multiply square root of 4 minus t squared by itself. So you're going to get the 4 minus t squared. And then you have subtract the t squared, right? So this is going to be 4 minus 2t squared. So I'm going to pull out 2. So it's a 2 minus t squared, right? Then you have square root of 4 minus t squared, right? So we have that. So let's type it in. All right, so what we got was, so it's a fraction, and 2 minus t squared, oops, t squared, and on the bottom we have a square root, so square root of 4 minus t squared, right? So let's submit. All right, so it says that, let's say we got the right derivative, and it says that the fraction will be 0 when the numerator is 0. So this occurs at, we set, t squared is equal to 2, so it's a plus or minus square root of 2. So we put the square root of 2 there, all right? Then submit. Right, and the derivative is undefined when the denominator is 0. So we set denominator equal to 0. You can see that the t is plus or minus 2. So plug it in and submit. All right, now we have to evaluate the function at the -1, which is the endpoint, and square root of 2, its critical number, and 2 is the other endpoint. All right, so let's do that. Right, f of -1 would be, so put -1 here, so it's a negative, and a square root of, right? 4 minus 1, negative 1 squared, so it's going to be square root of 3. All right, so let's type that in. So that's negative and square root of 3, right? And f of square root of 2 would be, put square root of 2 there, then square root of 4 minus square root of square, so that's going to be 2. So that's 2, right? So let's type that in, 2. F of 2 would be, so you plug in 2, and the square root of 4 minus 2 squared, so that's 0. 0. Right, let's type that in. Right, 0. Then submit. Alright, so now we know that our absolute minimum value is negative square root of 3, and absolute maximum value is 2. Right, submit. Alright, it came back and looks like we got both of these guys correctly. Alright, that's it. I hope that this was clear.